Hi, I'm Dan Warnicki, and this is United Way at Work. Today we're here with Anna White from the Southwestern Vermont Council on Aging. How are you, Anna?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
We have a lot to chat about today.
I know.
We've got a lot on the agenda.
I know. It's good.
It is good. It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. So, I would love for you to just chat a little bit about yourself, Anna, and kind of how you got over to the wonderful organization that you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. So, not like, we won't start at the very beginning, but I'm originally from Rutland. I moved away, and then I met my husband while I was away, and he was like, hey, you should move back to Rutland so we can be together. And I was like, that's a great idea. And when I came back, I was really looking for something, kind of a career shift, and actually found SVCOA and just kind of really fell in love with their mission and what their goal of helping people is. And so as I've been there, so I've been there for about 5 years, I've kind of grown with their nutrition programs. And so I do nutrition and wellness, and it's just really, I don't know, it's just I hate to say that, but it's a feel-good job,
That's
so
awesome.
I
Those are
love,
the best jobs,
I know,
right?
I know, but so, I fell into something pretty great, and so,
That's wonderful.
yeah, so that's kind of how I ended up there in a short way.
That's
the
great.
Short version.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. I think it's important for people to know the story behind wonderful people like yourself in our region.
Thanks.
So, like you already kind of touched on, Southwestern Vermont Council on Aging is just such an awesome organization. The work that they do is incredible, but especially now during this pandemic, we keep hearing the importance of food stability within our region. And I know that two of their programs, one is extremely, extremely well known. One is a newer one. Mm-hmm. The first one that's more well known is the Meals on Wheels program, of course, which is actually a grantee organization of United Way of Rutland County. Shout out to Courtney and Chris. They do a lot of great work. And Penny Jones and her team, we love those guys. And then also they have a newer program that helps people with shopping.
Yeah.
So can you touch a little bit on those programs and their importance in the community?
Absolutely. So the Meals on Wheels program, as you said, is obviously pretty well known, I think probably everywhere.
Yeah.
But that program really, for us, we help serve people who are 60 years of age or older. And it really provides meals to people that have trouble getting out of their own home. And so we provide one hot meal a day, and we can do it for seven days of the week. With the pandemic, the kind of eligibility guidelines have changed. So it's really anyone who needs a meal that's 60 or older that can be served through us. There's another agency that serves meals for 59 and younger, but for us, really, that's our population. But it's kind of great because right now, anyone who doesn't feel comfortable going out, or who just needs a little extra help, or whose family isn't comfortable going to see them to get them meals anymore, can sign on and to get these Meals on Wheels. So it's phenomenal. We've seen such a surge in meals requested, but also we've seen an incredible surge in volunteers at Meals on Wheels.
That's great.
And they, which is, wonderful.
Yeah.
Like so great. So
Yeah, that's great. It's such an amazing organization. If you ever get a chance to volunteer over there, make sure you do it, because it's such an incredible group effort. When you get back there, you're like, I had no clue that this was here.
Yeah.
First of all, and then you see the amount of people that
Yeah.
that are volunteering there on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. It's really just a community effort.
I actually, I don't know if he'll like me shouting this out or not, but Mike Norman from the high school actually works with my husband, and so he called me one day. He's like, hey, how can I help? I saw this post, and I think he's now since volunteering every week, and
That's
I saw him
awesome.
the other day. He's like, they work so hard, and I'm like, you would have never known. And it's like those little stories and the other people that you just kind of see going in, you're like, I'm so glad more people are helping and seeing and kind of spreading the word about how great it is and how much work they really do.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it more perfect.
So,
it really is. It's such a cool partnership that they've got going on there.
It is.
And if you do want to, volunteer for Meals on Wheels, I know that they're still looking for people to help with that, and you can actually reach out to Penny Jones. Her direct line is 802-775-0133. amazing organization, a lot of fun, a lot of hard workers there. Thank you to all the paid staff there as well. I know they put a lot of time and effort into their positions and a lot of love into their positions, which is a big, big thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And then if you want to chat a little bit too about the newer program, I want to learn a little bit more about this volunteer shopper program that they have going on now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the volunteer shopper program really came out of COVID, and we saw when we saw this big surge for requests for meals, we were getting all these calls like, I just can't go to the grocery store, but I can totally cook my own meal. And so we started to get this whole surge. And so to kind of offload Meals on Wheels a little bit, we came up with, well, if we can get the food to you and you can cook it, then that's great. So then we came up with the volunteer grocery shopper program, and it has been, I think, more of a success than we anticipated. And in the beginning, it was phenomenal, and it still is. But now that more people are going back to work and, kids are going back to school and things are happening, we've seen a slight decrease in volunteers. So unfortunately or fortunately, we have a little bit of a wait list. So I'll put a little plug for if you want to volunteer, come call us. But it's been really great. It's usually you don't get, one volunteer doesn't get more than 2 people that they shop for.
Okay.
They get the list from the person. We kind of let the volunteer and the participant figure it out the way that works best for them.
Sure.
Some people will go and purchase the groceries and then get a check from the participants. Some participants are comfortable giving their credit card or debit card. And then, the 3 Squares Vermont program, we can even take EBT cards. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Great.
So it's really not, and it's open to everyone that needs it. And then it's just, we get your groceries. We are very conscious of not overloading bags, especially if you need to get them inside. So it's been really great, I think, in that way.
Sure,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, they had the capability of helping people in so many different realms.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, Anna. I love hearing that. And if that's something that you're interested in, you can connect with Ellen Green. And her direct line is 802-786-5990. And if for some reason, you lose these numbers, if you just give the main organization itself a call, which you could easily find their information online, I'm sure that they would be able to point you in the right direction as well.
Absolutely.
But kind of the reason we're here today is for what's up here. So we're very excited about this awesome program. You may all know or be aware of the PB&J Slam, which we've been doing here within Rutland County and Bennington County for the past few years. More new in Rutland County. I think, 2 years now for the program? Yeah,
this would have been the second year in Rutland County, but I think in Bennington County had been going on for a few years
a long time.
To us.
Yeah. So we kind of took it on as Rutland County, and we had a really great first year last year.
We did.
And we collected over 1,000 items, which was awesome. So basically, long story short on the program, if you're not aware of it, it's a program where organizations and businesses and also individuals, if they want to, can come together within their organization or business and collect peanut butter or jelly product. And it's a physical donation, and then in the end, whoever collects the most is the PB&J Slam champion.
Yes.
Obviously, this year, we couldn't do that for some obvious reasons. The pandemic kind of throws a wrench in things a little bit, and we didn't want people collecting physical items just because it's difficult for food shelves in our region to clean those items and know exactly where they came from if it's from a safe source. So we decided to do something a little bit different called the PB&J Summer Slam. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I can definitely tell you a little bit about that. So, and what a good intro. So
thank you.
So this year really, I think that you guys, we have been talking about trying to do something at this kind of time frame anyways, because it's really a time that's often missed, especially for kids going back to school.
Yes.
It's just this weird timing of going back to school, but summer camps and things are closing, and so there's just need. So what's great about this year's Slam, the Summer Slam, is that it's all virtual and it's a monetary donation, and it gives food shelves a purchasing power, which obviously physical donations are really great because it puts things in the shelves immediately, but with the purchasing power and the monetary donation, that actually goes a little bit further at the food bank for them. So
time.
it's really it's the same kind of premise. We're making it a fun, friendly competition. Businesses and organizations that sign up will get basically a company code. And then once you get your company code, you blast that out to all of your employees and say, go to the United Way of Rutland County's website. There's a button you can donate. You can do as much or whatever you can, really. You put in your company code, and then in addition, what we did this year, which I thought was really great, is that we are giving people the option to choose if they want their donation to stay really local, like at their food shelf that's, right in their town or the nearest town to them, or we're giving the people the opportunity to say, no, let's spread the love between all of them. But I think that when we were discussing this, it's just a really nice, I don't know, I just think it's a cool thing if you really want to champion your town, like you have the opportunity, and you can even do that business-wide. Like you could just say, if you want to, you don't have to do it all the same within your company.
Sure.
You could always say, choose it, or, we're all doing it this way, but it gives people a great little leeway to kind of do what they want with that money and keep it within or spread the love around Rutland County.
Yeah.
So
I love that piece of it too. I agree. I love that change that we've had this year. Not that it's a bad thing at all to focus on just Rutland City or more Rutland County centric, if that makes sense, but being able to spread that love a little bit is really a big thing right now. I like to call them our little guys, like the Pulteney Food Shelf, for example, where I grew up. It's a smaller organization, and they don't have as many donors as, let's say, the Rutland Community Cupboard, which is, something that we want to help support if we can. So it's open to all of those different food shelves that we have direct relationship with for that reason alone, to really spread the wealth. You said that perfectly.
Peanut butter spread.
Yeah,
I was really going for it there.
Not bad. But no, we're really excited about this. And I also wanted to bring up the Project Vision connection too. So this has always been a United Way of Rutland County, Southwestern Vermont Council on Aging organization, program or event, I should say. But we've really brought in our amazing partners from Project Vision this year. Can you chat a little bit about the importance of that partnership?
Absolutely. So, hopefully most people watching this know what Project Vision is, and so it's really a great, organization, coalition, if you will,
coalition, I would say,
of all these different community members and business owners and community entities, and they all get together and they're really, trying to make Rutland a better, not that it's bad, but a better place and really support one another in growth. And so when they approached us to do this, I think we both kind of were like, yeah, we're on it. Let's do it, because they just have such a widespread and they make such an impact in what they do that I think you would be kind of foolish not to say no, almost. And they just are such good champions for
really
our community that it makes sense to have them on board. And I'm really excited, especially with the Summer Slam and having them on board, especially because, like we mentioned earlier, right now is such an important time for kids, but especially with the pandemic, there are more and more people that are accessing food programs that have never had to.
Exactly.
They don't know how. Maybe they're a little stigma embarrassed, but we just want people to get food. Like I don't care what your story is. I want you to get food. And so I think this is such a great time to do this and a great way. And I think Project Vision gives us a little bit more of that reach to really help make a bigger impact, which is neat.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And it really is. That's exactly what Project Vision is. You said it perfectly. It's such a great coalition of different people from all walks of life.
It's neat.
It's amazing. If you have never been to one of those meetings before, you have to check them out. They have a wonderful website online, and they have a Facebook page too. But we're just so happy to have them on as a partner this year, and hopefully going forward as well. We hope to make this Summer Slam an annual event. And like you said, it's a kind of a forgotten time. There's really no big, food drive or donor drive set up toward the end of the summer. And you had made note of it, Anna, that, it's an interesting time where people are still very much in need. The summer, as many people know, is a very difficult and challenging time for our local food shelves because kids are home. But the pandemic on top of that makes it that much more important this time around. So we're just so excited for that. And I kind of want to highlight too.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of money.
This is the cool part.
Yeah, this is the cool part.
I know, this is very
I would love for
cool.
you to tell me a little bit about how far your dollar goes at that Vermont Food Bank.
Yeah, so there's this like very cool, we have a little cheat sheet, so I didn't have to remember all this, although I was trying really hard in the beginning. So $100 will buy 33 jars of peanut butter and 50 jars of jelly. Now, $250 will buy 82 jars and 125 jars of jelly, and then $1,000 will buy 328 jars of peanut butter and 500 jars of jelly, so a ton of PB&J. Now, obviously, the food bank is probably not going to spend that donation all on peanut butter and jelly,
Yes.
but I love that this puts it into perspective on
Yeah.
how much that dollar really can go for them, and really, what is cool is that for the previous PB and Jam Slam participants, the one that happens in March, we sent them out an email and basically said, this is what your jars that you donated with correlates to in a monetary amount. And it's neat to see
Yeah.
really how much, or even how it's just kind of neat. You
Yeah.
can, when you think about then a monetary donation, you're like, oh, that was only $100. Like I can definitely double, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. It makes
Yeah.
it more friendly and fun as opposed to just the jars. So I think
Absolutely.
it's a cool kind of visual to show you how much really you can get.
I know, it's amazing how
I
much they
know.
can buy.
It's
And
wild.
you kind of brought up the fact that, of course they can, when we say they, I should specify, we're talking about our local food shelves.
Yep.
The people that, or the organizations that we want to support with this donor drive. Obviously, they can purchase other product from the Vermont Food Bank. And if you're not aware of the Vermont Food Bank, they do an incredible thing for this region. They give our local food shelves that are food partners with them the ability to purchase food for amazing prices, 2 cents a can sometimes, or even for free. So it's amazing how much further your dollar goes if you're a partner organization with the Vermont Food Bank, which all of the organizations listed within this donor drive are. So
Yeah.
it's just so cool to be able to send any money along, and we're hoping that
I
we
know.
can send a lot of money along.
I know.
It's a really fun, easy way to give back at a time that's, there's so much need.
Yeah.
And if you want to sign up yourself or your organization or, your coalition or your group of, church residents, whatever it is, you can reach out to Anna or myself. Anna, what is your email?
Oh, okay. It's very easy. It's white, like the color, at svcoa.org.
Beautiful.
I think .net. Oh
.net.
my God.
We'll
I do that all the
figure it
time. It's .net.
You're all good.
Oh my God. I've sent
I
so
put
many
you
people
on the
my
spot,
wrong. No,
right? I
I
put
sent
you
so
on the
many people my
spot.
wrong email and my wrong phone number. So don't make me do
Oh,
that
that's
again.
too funny. You got it. You're all good. Here, let's see if I can do mine.
Okay.
Mine is Dan, D-A-N, at uwrutlandcounty.org.
Of course you did it right. Of course.
I had a
Come
lot of
on.
practice,
Jeez.
and I had it right here too. You never know.
Oh.
But Anna, thank you so much for being here today and chatting a little bit more about this awesome partnership.
Hey, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really excited about this, and I really hope we really make it big.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, and thank you all for tuning in to another month of United Way at Work.